I'm sure there's nothing less, and even Avanne, the dealing room that you're in, I'm sure there's all excitement and everyone's just waiting by for the 10K mark, and I'm sure within minutes from now we're going to hear some loud screams and cheering.
Oh yes, absolutely. That's going to happen. In fact, as I was coming up in the lift as well, there was so much excitement saying 10,000, 10,000. Can you believe it? So, you know, I've got with me as well Jain here to talk a little bit about the excitement in the dealing rooms. How does life change? I mean, who would have thought this historic moment with 10,000 on the index? Do you think it's here to stay?
Well, it's a number finally, yes. We've been seeing growth for the last couple of months very strong, and it's a matter of flows. I guess it'll stay for some time for sure. So,
and how do you guys at IIFL plan to celebrate? Is there going to be shouting, screaming once we do hit that level of 10,000 once the markets actually open at 9:15?
see, dealing rooms are all about adrenaline, and I'm sure my team is going to be very excited about it. But it's a number, and it comes and it goes, and we've seen both sides of it. So I think the maturity of everybody out here is that yes, it's come. Now what next?
Yeah, absolutely. Which is what I want to ask you, Anu. What next? Do we go 10,000 and beyond now, here to stay?
Well, you know, in the near term, flows are the fundamentals, and we've seen SIPs now about 4 to 5,000 crores a month. We are seeing FI flows which have been 13 odd thousand crores from April to now. So that number is effectively pumping it up, and then we had the short covering rally on because of the P notes. So all that put together, I think there is some more steam left. Apart from that, fundamentals actually have yet to catch up. So I think that could bring a consolidation correction after some amount of this kind of plays itself out.
A quick word, Anu, before we let you go, as to which sectors one should look at. What is looking ripe for opportunity right now?
I think it's still private banks and oil and gas, and that's going to lead the sectors. As a sectoral bet, it will still be private banks and oil and gas.
Thank you so much for joining in for that quick take. I was told that I'm not supposed to disturb any of the other people on the dealing room floor, because once it hits 10,000, it's going to be absolute chaos. They're going to be glued to their screens, and of course there will be a very celebratory mood, as I'm sure, which is what is going to happen in the newsroom. Back to you guys.
Yes, indeed, Avanne. I mean, 10K, it's a simple migration from a 4-digit index to a 5-digit index. When we look back, and when we'll talk about 25th of July 2017, 10,000 mark will just look like a pit stop, because the bull market is still young, it is still thriving, and it is still has places to go. So it's a milestone, but it's an important milestone. It's a milestone why? Because ultimately stock markets, they just represent the health of economy. It is a combination of macro, and it is a combination of the way micros are likely to be moved. So markets are always a forward-looking they always are a forward-looking mechanism, and the way Indian markets have moved at a time when we can argue about global growth which is anemic, it just tells you how strong the India positioning is. So Devin Choksey